Dear guests and esteemed partners of VIMGRACE Company, today's discussion delves into a pertinent topic, as all our discussions do. However, for the first time, we are exploring the intricacies of the human body microbiome, prompted by the frequent inquiries from our consumers. They are particularly interested in understanding whether additional pro- and prebiotics are advisable during gastrointestinal and other systemic changes, and how our product, Actividan, distinguishes itself from other medications in supporting the stability of the entire human body microbiome. Let's begin by defining the microbiome. Over the years, extensive research has led to the coining of this term, referring to the collective genes of all microorganisms that coexist symbiotically within our bodies, as Yevgeny mentioned earlier. Our microbiome predominantly comprises bacteria, numbering between 2,500 to 4,000 species, each with its own strains, totaling up to 70,000 strains as of today. Consequently, every individual harbors a unique set of bacterial forms, with variations in the microbiome ranging from 12 to 2,200 times across the global population, as Antosha discussed previously. Hence, there is no standardized average, rather, each person's microbiome is distinct. Within the vast array of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other constituents of microbiomes, a significant 60% of this intricate ecosystem resides within our intestines. To put this into perspective, an average individual standing around 160 to 170 centimeters tall and weighing 75 kilograms harbors approximately 2 kilograms of microbes in their intestines, equivalent in number to the body's own human cells. This multitude of cells underscores the notion that we are indeed a community of microorganisms, collectively regarded as a distinct organ within the human body. These microorganisms play pivotal roles, particularly within the gastrointestinal tract, aiding in digestion, combating infections, and influencing the functioning of various organs and systems, including our mood. However, alterations in the gut microbiome, primarily due to inadequate nutrition, can lead to a cascade of health issues such as allergies, obesity, depression, and vascular and endocrine diseases. This underscores the profound interconnectedness between the gut and the central and endocrine systems, which collectively regulate our overall well-being. The imbalance of the microbiome, predominantly residing in the large intestine, can disrupt the equilibrium of the entire body. While there is also a microbiome present in the small intestine, comprehensive research has revealed its extension to encompass the microbiomes of mucous membranes, skin, and oral mucosa, each exhibiting distinct characteristics separate from one another and collectively contributing to the intricate balance of the human microbiome. The impact of the microbiome extends even to our sensory organs, including the ear. However, when focusing on the external and middle ear, the microbiome closely resembles that of the skin microbiome. Conversely, the inner ear must remain free from foreign substances due to its proximity to the brain. Any disruptions in the microbiome within the inner ear can lead to conditions like otitis and breaches in the brain membrane, resulting in severe neurological complications. Research on the human body's microbiome, which has been ongoing for approximately 20 years on average, has revealed fascinating insights. For instance, the surface area of the mucous membrane lining our gastrointestinal tract spans a staggering 400 square meters, dwarfing the mere 2 square meters of the skin. This vast mucosal surface harbors up to 60% of all human microbiota, comprising a diverse array of microorganisms including archaea, bacteria, viruses, and even infusoria. The intestine, particularly the thick intestine, can be considered a central hub for this intricate ecosystem. Within the gastrointestinal tract, specifically the thick intestine, resides a staggering 99% of the total microbiome. In contrast, the small intestine harbors a microbiome content 1,000 times lower, while the stomach contains even fewer microorganisms due to its high acidity. Nonetheless, it's important to note that the stomach hosts saprophytic microflora, and any disruption in its microbiome can lead to the development of Helicobacter pylori, a bacterium implicated in stomach inflammatory conditions and ulcers. Our product, Actividan, has shown sensitivity to Helicobacter pylori and is recommended in the treatment of related ailments, with numerous studies supporting its efficacy in restoring normal microflora and promoting the healing of erosions and ulcers in the stomach and duodenum. The human body is home to approximately 10-13 microorganisms, collectively weighing around 200 grams on average. Remarkably, up to 2 kilograms of the total weight of the mucous membrane is colonized by our microbiome. These microbes primarily originate from the food we ingest, initiating digestion in the oral cavity and continuing through the stomach, small intestine, and eventually, the large intestine. The large intestine serves as a thriving ecosystem for these microbes, as it processes undigested food that serves as their nourishment. Any disruptions in diet can lead to changes in the large intestine's microflora, impacting both its health and that of the microbiome itself. Consequently, when food is present in the intestine, the microbial population experiences a sharp increase. Simultaneously, approximately half of these daily 200 grams of microorganisms are expelled, typically through bowel movements, where they reside on the intestinal walls and within the food traversing the gastrointestinal tract. Consequently, a portion of this microflora is continuously replenished through fecal evacuation, facilitating the growth of new colonies endowed with specialized properties essential for maintaining mucous membrane health. Recent research has unequivocally demonstrated that the microflora inhabiting our intestinal mucous membrane possesses the remarkable ability to restructure and regulate the genome of the epithelial cells lining the intestine. This intricate symbiotic relationship effectively mitigates the risk of excessive cell proliferation leading to polyp formation or malignant tumor development. However, alterations in the gut microbiome, particularly in individuals with a genetic predisposition, can exacerbate the risk of malignancy. In essence, we coexist in a symbiotic relationship with our gut microorganisms, exerting a profound influence on the genome of our intestinal cells. Therefore, it is imperative to consistently support the health of our gut microbiome to ensure its optimal functioning. While the benefits of administering probiotics to healthy individuals remain inconclusive, certain strains, such as specific yeasts, have shown efficacy in preventing antibiotic-induced diarrhea. On the other hand, prebiotics, such as polysaccharides, play a crucial role in nourishing our microbiome. Our product, Coucoinden, being a sulfonated polysaccharide easily absorbed by the body, exhibits prebiotic properties akin to dietary fibers. Thus, incorporating Coucoinden into our regular diet can effectively fortify the protective microflora and sustain a healthy intestinal environment, contributing to overall well-being. The direct migration of bacteria through the intestinal wall into various organs, particularly via vessels, underscores the potential pathological ramifications of microbiome alterations. Disruptions in the microbiome can trigger colonization in organs where such microbiota should not typically exist. Moreover, the microbiota plays a pivotal role in modulating the immune system's function, and dysbiosis previously termed can profoundly disrupt immune function, potentially culminating in autoimmune disorders. Modern medical advancements, including microbiota transplantation, offer promising avenues for treating dysbiosis. Microbiota transplantation involves utilizing one's own fecal matter, thoroughly cleansed to remove impurities, to replenish and restore the microbiome. Furthermore, in organ transplantation, autologous microbiota transplantation can be employed, ensuring compatibility and acceptance by the recipient's body. While prebiotics are commonly prescribed, their efficacy remains debatable, with many existing preparations demonstrating limited effectiveness in preventing or treating diseases. This is primarily attributed to the poor colonization of these prebiotics near the intestinal villi, where they fail to establish a robust and diverse microbiome. In contrast, our product, Activate, offers a comprehensive solution by facilitating the restoration of the entire intestinal microbiome to its natural state, uniquely tailored to each individual's genetic makeup. By preserving the genome of the body's own microbiome, Activate fosters the proliferation of beneficial microorganisms essential for optimal health. The importance of early microbiome development cannot be overstated, as it profoundly influences lifelong health outcomes. Monitoring and promoting microbiome health from birth can prevent the onset of autoimmune diseases and other disorders. Ensuring the correct formation of the microbiome in utero acts as a crucial barrier against the infiltration of pathogenic elements through the amniotic fluid and maternal blood, thereby safeguarding against congenital anomalies and developmental disruptions. Using Actividan, especially during the early years of life, promotes the proper formation of the intestinal microbiome, mitigating inflammatory processes that could adversely affect the entire body. Given that many children frequently encounter gastrointestinal issues such as diarrhea and dysentery due to their exploratory habits, Actividan emerges as a pivotal solution capable of alleviating inflammation and restoring balance to the gut microbiome. By preventing inflammation within the mucous membrane and thwarting the spread of infection to other organs and tissues, Actividan serves as a safeguard against potential complications and the onset of serious diseases. Actividan operates across various stages of disease progression, from the preclinical phase to advanced stages where pathogenic microflora dominance threatens systemic health. Its mechanisms address cellular-level detoxification, neutralizing toxins released by pathogenic microflora and triggering apoptosis to remove damaged cells. Additionally, Actividan enhances the performance of stem cells, facilitating regenerative processes and enabling the restoration of a healthy microbiota composition. Furthermore, Actividan influence extends beyond the body's internal environment, impacting immune competence and vascular health. It regulates the properties and composition of blood, facilitating the rapid migration of immunocompetent cells to sites of inflammation while simultaneously aligning cellular and humoral immunity to expedite the resolution of inflammatory processes. Moreover, Actividan facilitates the exchange of genetic material between human cells and microbiota, thereby reducing the risk of tumorigenesis. Bacterial migration across the intestinal wall into various organs, including through vessels, can lead to pathological colonization in unexpected areas when the microbiome undergoes changes. The immune system, mediated by the microbiota, plays a vital role in maintaining immune health. Dysbiosis, or microbiome imbalance, can disrupt immune function, potentially triggering autoimmune diseases. Microbiota transplantation, including fecal microbiota transplantation and autologous microbiota transplantation during organ transplants, is increasingly utilized. However, conventional prebiotics, containing bacteria, often have limited effectiveness in restoring the microbiome due to poor colonization near the intestinal villi, hindering the desired microbial growth. Sustainable restoration of damaged microbiota is challenging through natural means, as prebiotics provide temporary effects and must be continuously consumed. Our approach allows for nearly complete restoration of the intestinal microbiota to its native state, matching the unique microbial composition characteristic of each individual, thereby maintaining genomic integrity. Monitoring microbiome health from birth helps prevent intrauterine development of autoimmune diseases and other conditions by establishing a healthy microbiome early on, mitigating the colonization of pathogenic elements through amniotic fluid and maternal blood, thus safeguarding against congenital abnormalities. Utilizing our Actividan, particularly during the formative years of infancy and childhood, plays a pivotal role in cultivating a robust and balanced gut microbiome, which is fundamentally indispensable for holistic well-being. Given the innate curiosity and exploratory nature of children, gastrointestinal disturbances such as diarrhea, dysentery, and other intestinal manifestations are not uncommon. However, the strategic application of Actividan can mitigate inflammation and rectify imbalances within the gut microbiota, thereby preempting the onset of complications and severe ailments. By bolstering the body's defenses against pathogenic microflora, Actividan actively aids in purging toxins and fortifying the performance of stem cells, facilitating the regenerative processes vital for sustained health. Furthermore, it orchestrates a harmonious symphony within the bloodstream, regulating its properties and fine-tuning the composition of immune cells to mount swift and effective responses to inflammation and infections. Moreover, Actividan exerts a profound influence on the genomic interplay between human cells and the microbiome, thus mitigating the propensity for tumorigenesis and safeguarding against the emergence of malignant transformations. Unlike conventional dietary supplements, whose efficacy in microbiome restoration may be dubious, Actividan stands as a beacon of efficacy, optimizing nutrient absorption and nurturing the proliferation of beneficial bacteria to levels that far surpass the capabilities of traditional probiotics, emphasizing the pivotal role of a balanced diet and adequate hydration. Actividan underscores the imperative of holistic lifestyle choices in nurturing and sustaining microbiome health. Utilizing our Actividan, especially during the important developmental stages of infancy and childhood, serves as a cornerstone in nurturing a resilient and harmonious gut microbiome, a cornerstone for overall well-being. Given the innate curiosity and exploratory tendencies of children, gastrointestinal disturbances like diarrhea, dysentery, and various intestinal manifestations are prevalent. However, the targeted application of Actividan can mitigate inflammation and rebalance the gut microbiota, thus preempting the onset of complications and serious ailments. By fortifying the body's defenses against pathogenic microflora, Actividan actively assists in purging toxins and enhancing the performance of stem cells, facilitating vital regenerative processes essential for sustained health. Furthermore, it orchestrates a symphony of regulation within the bloodstream, fine-tuning the properties and composition of immune cells to mount swift and effective responses to inflammation and infections. Moreover, Actividan exerts a profound influence on the genomic interplay between human cells and the microbiome, thereby mitigating the risk of tumorigenesis and guarding against malignant transformations. Unlike conventional dietary supplements, whose efficacy in microbiome restoration may be questionable, Actividan stands as a beacon of effectiveness, optimizing nutrient absorption and fostering the proliferation of beneficial bacteria to levels far surpassing traditional probiotics. By underscoring the pivotal role of a balanced diet and adequate hydration, Actividan highlights the imperative of holistic lifestyle choices in nurturing and sustaining microbiome health. In conclusion, the use of Actividan represents an essential tool in promoting intestinal microbiome health, especially during the critical period of childhood. Through its ability to reduce inflammation, restore microbial balance, and enhance cellular regeneration, Actividan contributes to the prevention and efficient management of various gastrointestinal conditions and associated complications. Additionally, its positive influence on the immune system and genomic exchanges helps reduce the risk of tumorigenesis and maintains overall health. Therefore, Actividan serves as a valuable partner in promoting a healthy and balanced life, emphasizing the importance of adopting a holistic lifestyle and making appropriate dietary choices to maintain intestinal microbiome health.